Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you can hear me. I'm using a new microphone, so yeah, giving this a try. Well, I hope you're all doing well. I want to talk about a museum that I went to, multiple museums actually. I went on the 17th this past week. I went to the Maritime Museum in Sturgeon Bay, and it was really nice. It was my first time going there, so I didn't know exactly what to expect. But yeah, went there, and when you first walk in, there was the reception desk, and either on the first floor and on either side is a museum. And we went in and paid to get in, and I believe that if you wanted, there was also a tugboat, and to tour the lighthouse part, you had to pay separate for each. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure. So you could just pay just to go to the museum. You could pay just to do the tugboat or lighthouse, or you could do all of them. So ended up doing all of them, which was really nice. And thank goodness we got there early too, before the rain started later that day. And so before we went on the tugboat, we had some time, so we went on the first floor of the museum. On the right hand side, and in one room was, they had displays of some boats. It was like those miniature boats, and they had like tons of like information of plaques of boats and all, and different kinds of stuff, boats like that. And next to it there was a periscope, which was kind of cool. You could actually look out, and it was actually a real working one. You could see like the bridge and all the cars going on the bridge, and there were some blocks for the kids to play. And then kind of like right behind it, there was what was it, paintings. There were paintings. That was pretty cool. Really nice. They were really pretty. And then over to the left hand side, there was one with actual like boats there, and then some engines to see. And then I think one room, to me it looked like an actual place where people could, like, I don't know, they make like canoes or something. I'm not totally sure, but it looked like it was people actually do go in there. Again, I'm not totally sure. I didn't see anybody in there, but I think so. I'm not so sure. And then a bunch of stuff to wander around in there. Again, tons of information of all different kinds with the lighthouses and all that. Then on the second floor, right on the second floor, and if you turn around, there's a beautiful stained glass mural. Just absolutely, I don't know if mural is the right word. I don't know mural is the right word. But beautiful stained glass window. I think it's stained glass window. Absolutely beautiful. And then again, on the left hand side, you go in, and there is you could actually look down on the lower part where they had the boats, and I guess sails. I'm not sure. I think they're mostly sailboats. I'm gonna just say that. But there was like, also on the second floor, there was like, you could try to drive like a boat itself, like a simulator. That was pretty cool. And then also to the right was, they had like a little church like thing, and then they had more plaques of more information. Then of course you go around like the simulator and all that. They had more displays of miniature boats and tons of plaques. And then right across from that room is another room where they have more history. That one I think had more well, they had some some uniforms there, and walking around, I think more history and the people that worked. And then like right next to it, like, I don't know if you go like this, and then over here, it was mostly on lighthouses, and they had a map of some of the lighthouses in Door County. And yeah, and seeing all that was really cool. Just looking around itself, slowing down, taking it all in, and going from one room to another. But I have to admit, my favorite part was we first went on the tugboat and did the tour. I think the only time you could actually get on it is to actually do the tour. I'm not totally sure, but I think so. And the gentleman that was giving the tour was very knowledgeable and about everything, about when you first walk out, and then he tells the history and how the boat got there, and then we got to go on and how like the men working on there and everything. That was so, my gosh, I cannot imagine myself working on it. It looks big when you see the boat itself. Oh, it's big, but when you actually go in, how skinny everything is, the corridors and everything. Oh my gosh, it's just, I cannot imagine myself doing something like that. Then you get to go in, and I believe it's like the engine room part, like you get to see like how everything worked, and the tour guide was knowledgeable about everything that was in there. And then we went up and then saw where somewhere the crew would have slept, and mostly the captain, of course, and in the higher officials, I believe. And then we went up and we got to go where the captain would have been with the wheel looking out. And again, it just really amazing. Even just being on, excuse me. Just, I mean, I know it's just in the water, but just, it's really hard to imagine actually being on the water. It's just trying to think about it. And then right after the tugboat tour, we did the, I guess, I don't know if it's a lighthouse. We did the, like, I don't know, I forgot what it's called. I'll try to insert a picture of where we were. And, like, we were supposed to go in a little later, but luckily, we got to go in earlier. And first, when you first walk in, they play a video of the history, Door County, and the lighthouses. And then once the movie was done, we went in an elevator, and we went all the way to the 10th floor, and we got to look around. And then there was one more above. I think I got makeup on my hands. That we got to go on the platform and walk around there. It was like really, really windy and really cloudy, and the fog was rolling in. So it was actually pretty cool to see the fog on the water. And yeah, it was really windy. If you do get a chance to go, make sure you hold on to your hat if it's like really, really windy. And then after that, we went on to the 9, like floors from 9 to number 1, and each floor had a different theme and the education of what the theme was. And the rooms themselves were not that big, which was really nice. Made it easier to go around, made it easier to go on to the next floor and the next floor. So that was really nice. And you could take the stairs or an elevator. If you have difficulty with going downstairs, you can take the elevator. And all the way down to the bottom floor, and of course I exit through the gift shop. But it was really, really nice. It was, yeah, I think what made it really nice was that, and how easy everything was from floor, and they labeled everything so nicely so you know what you are going into each room. So that was nice. And yeah, and I just want to show you what I got. I started taking the tags off some of these, so I do apologize, but I do have the receipt. So I did get this ornament. Really nice ornament. I believe it was $8, but I have the receipt. And then I got this pin. I got a magnet. Don't know if you can see that. Another magnet. This one. This says it's $6.95, I think. And I got a postcard. And then, much longer got another postcard. Is this the one that, because I think I almost got this one and another one mixed up. And then a much longer, this was the tug, this right here, you can see that, that was the tugboat that I got to go on, back. And then for that, I got 2 postcards for 70 cents. The big one was 150. Tower Museum pin was 650. Oh, that's what we were in the tower, not it was a tower museum. The one magnet was $6.95. The other one was $6.95, and the ornament was $8.95. So yeah, that was nice. So it's called the Door County Maritime Museum in Sturgeon Bay. If you're, again, I don't remember, I could have sworn I said it, but just in case. But absolutely give this museum a chance. I know I probably left out quite a bit. It was just, I think this museum was really easy. The way they had everything laid out was really nice. Well, easy to access and made to really easy to understand how everything is. But absolutely give this a chance. Absolutely go on the tours. I actually do highly recommend going on the tours. If you do go on the tugboat, be absolutely careful where you walk. Obviously there's like, you know, bumps from like how the boat is made, and you don't want to trip. And the stairs are really skinny, so be careful. If you're easily claustrophobic, maybe not give this a chance. I mean, you can't, I'm not saying you can't, but be aware the stairs are really skinny. Just be very careful. And yeah, just be really careful. And then while we were there, kind of like almost across the street a little bit was a I think it was called a almost like a consignment shop. It's called Bayside Bargains. And I ended up getting 3 things from there. I got this car. It's really heavy. I got it for $6. It's really heavy. I think it must have been a collector's. There was quite a bit of them, but I only liked the one. And I did, of course, get a lighthouse. I'm really happy about it. Kind of heavy, but yeah, I'm really happy. I know I took the tag off. It's on the receipt. And I got this bracelet. Really pretty. Like I said, it's called Bayside Bargains. The car I got for $6. The decor, which is the lighthouse, for $4, and the jewelry was $4.95. So that was nice. I mean, I think I have to admit, it was really nice because it was like just it was just like, here's the museum, and then over here was the shop. And then we were driving around, and there was another museum I really want to go to, and I am really glad that we took the chance to go. It was another maritime museum. It's another Door County Maritime Museum, but it's called okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. Death's Door Maritime Museum. And that museum was also very nice. It's quite small. I consider it small, really easy to go around. It's like basically going on in a circle, and it wasn't that much to get in. And they had these nice displays. They had when you first walk in, it's like you go to your right, and that's where you start. And yeah, it was like really I'm going to try to post pictures of what I'm trying to describe as best as I can. But they had a video, I believe it was on the Edmund Fitzgerald, I believe is the name. And they were talking about it. And then you turn to your left. They had like a boat. They had tons of plaques everywhere. And they had like a diagram describing what they had in the display. And you continue walking, and then it was like something about fishing. They had tons of pictures. It looks like a fishing, and like people catch, I think. But I think the main part was there was a boat there called the Hope, and the gentleman who owned the Hope, and he went fishing. And the fact that they even got in there is like, oh man, how did they get that boat in there? And you can even go on the boat and wander around. Please be careful. This boat is really old, and you could definitely tell when walking around this boat. Be really careful. Just be careful. You could tell how old she is. And they also had descriptions of her, and then there was a video once you get off. Over to the side was a video about the gentleman who owned her and taking her out, and then a bunch of other smaller stuff. And then when you go around, there was I believe another boat and some engines. They had boat engines, and they had other displays of everything that they had, and descriptions of everything. I'm sorry, I know it sounds very vague. I'm trying to remember as much as I can, and I'm doing the best I can. But yeah, I'm gonna try to post pictures of what I saw in the video, so hopefully it will give you a little more description. But yeah, this one is really nice. Then you exit through the gift shop. Yeah, again, this museum I consider it a small museum, but the fact that we went from the Maritime Museum in Sturgeon Bay all the way to the next museum was really well worth it. If you're able to do both museums at once, give it a try. It's a beautiful drive. It's a little, I think it's less than an hour away from each other, maybe, but you had to go through small towns, and you get to see a lot of scenery and everything about Door County. I know there's tons more that I probably didn't get to experience myself or leaving out. But yeah, if you drive from one and lucky enough to get to the other, it's a beautiful drive and definitely well worth it if you're able to see both museums. And then I did get some stuff from there also. So I did get this postcard. I almost got mixed up with one of the other ones. I got this little cup with a death door on it. It has like a little sail, like a pirate boat on it. And then of course I got this pin. So the pin was $6.50. Let's see. Pin was $6.50. Pirate. The cup was $7.95, and the postcard was 35 cents. And then while we were, oh shoot, I don't have it with me. Oh shoot, so while we were there, we did stop and get some fish, and sadly, it was a magnet. I'll post a picture of the store that we stopped at. I don't know why my magnet's not here with me. It was really cute. I'll post a picture of what store we stopped at. And then on our way back was our last stop of the day. We went to a rock shop and in Fish Creek. And here's the card. If you want to follow them on all their socials. It was really well worth going into that rock shop. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful rock shop. It was very large compared to a lot of the ones that I've been to. I mean, and not trying to be like pick one over the other, but all the ones I've been to were always like really small and crammed in so much. Here was tons of stuff, plenty to move around in. It was a very beautiful store, absolutely. So, and I got a little ghost. It was $8. I got my little rock ghost right here. So cute. Yeah, $8. Oh. I don't know if you can see that or not. I really like him. Yeah. If you get a chance to go, great. If you could only do one, I recommend both of them. If you want something that's a little longer, you want to take your time, definitely do the Maritime one in Sturgeon Bay. And again, I highly recommend doing the tours. They are well worth it. And if you just want to do something small and kind of laid back, then I suggest doing the smaller museum, the Death Door Museum. But yeah, I felt very fulfilled when I was all done and looking at both of them. So yeah, that's it for right now. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hi, just popping at the very end of this. So here's my magnet. Sadly, I did take the sticker off. I forgot how much it is. Charlie's Smokehouse, the finest smoked fish at Gills Rock, Wisconsin. This is where I picked up the fish. I didn't taste the fish yet, but other people have said it's really good. So this is the magnet picked up, and then this is the pamphlet, and I don't know if you can see that. This is the desk door. It says it's in Ellis Bay. It's at Gills Rock. Right here, that's the small one. And then Sturgeon Bay, the Maritime Museum. I don't know if you can see that. In Door County. And then here is the location to where the one is the Maritime Museum, and then the Gills Rock right there. So they're that far apart. We didn't get to do this one yet. Definitely would like to finish it off. Here's the brochure. And here's annual events. The annual events and stuff. If you're interested in... Whoopsies. Whoops. Forgot to have this. And here's the floors. Right there. I don't know if you can see that. And then the first floor of everything. And of course the second floor. And again, I do not know if you can see that, and I can't tell if I'm seeing it on the screen or not. Yeah, I just wanted to add that part real quick in. Alright, bye.